Well, well, well. As JD Vance and MAGA collectively lose their minds over Kamala Harris's VP, Tim Walz, even going so far as to blame him for the riots in Minnesota.
I think it's interesting, actually. They make an interesting tag team because, of course, Tim Walz allowed rioters to burn down Minneapolis in the summer of 2020, and then the few who got caught, Kamala Harris helped bail them out of jail.
One person actually praised and supported his response to those protests. Can you take a wild guess who?
The governor's, I think, on the call, and he's an excellent guy. You've got a big National Guard out there that's ready to come in and fight like hell. I tell you, what they did in Minneapolis was incredible. They went in and dominated. And it happened immediately. Tim is on the phone now, Tim Walz. Again, I was very happy with the last couple of days, Tim. You called up big numbers, and the big numbers knocked them out so fast it was like bowling pins.
Our city is grieving and in pain. And I would just say, as far as the potential, the peaceful protesters who are expressing an outrage that is real. They witnessed 8 minutes of a man dying in front of them. Well, at that point in time, I did something unprecedented. I mobilized the entire Minnesota National Guard, and that's what the president was alluding to with the size of the force was capable. But I think, again, Mr. President, you asked on explaining this, I would just say, it's going to be very difficult. There are bad actors in this, but there is such a legitimate anger. Our real dilemma here is the transition back is to the catalyst that sparked this across the country, and that was what happened with the Minneapolis Police Department. So what we did is a lot of this, what you saw yesterday, was engaging civic leaders and the peaceful protests. And I would just close with, I think the guidance is you got to get a handle on it with that force. That is absolutely correct. And then the transition in the next phase is trying to get those spaces for the peaceful protests. And I'm happy to do things that we have to look at of how do we get reforms.
But, Tim, it showed the incredible difference between your great state yesterday and the day before compared to the first few days, which was just
absolutely.
Never seen
Absolutely.
A police force and take it over. And I don't blame you. I blame them.
So Trump was, quote, very happy with the way he handled things. And I really appreciated how Governor Walz at the time made the distinction between those bad actors and protesters who have a right to protest. And then he empathized and validated the real anger that Americans were feeling over what happened to George Floyd, something that Donald Trump is incapable of doing. And that says a lot about his character and who he's willing to fight for. And it's just another reason to love Tim Walz even more. And therein lies the problem for JD Vance and MAGA Republicans. How could you not like Governor Walz when even Trump praised him? Sounds like a pretty good endorsement to me. What do you guys think?